Hey everyone, my name is Alicia, and I opted to go ahead and do the video for this discussion board. I've never done that before, so this is new, but I think it's a really good idea. So, question one is, if you were living in India in 1947, would you have supported the partition? Why or why not? So, I am kind of on the fence about it, because I can kind of see both sides of it. I think that supporting it would be something that would be based off of where I was at, how much it was going to affect me, and what exactly it would do to affect me. For example, if I was a Hindu um, and was living in the main part of India where they were the majority, I would say that it would be a good thing because it would be allowing all of the other people to leave so that I could still be the majority. As a Muslim in that situation, I would probably be less for it. Um, and same like as a Muslim over in the two sections of the Muslim areas, um, or Muslim majority areas, I would probably be for it if I was Muslim in that area and not if I was Hindu in that area. So I think it would really just have to do with my situation, where I was, and what my beliefs were. Um, do I agree with where the lines were drawn? If yes, why? And if not, how would you have done it? So, last lesson we had the opportunity to draw it, and I opted to draw it without having even looked. I know nothing about this at all. This is a very difficult class for me because it's all new. I didn't know where the boundaries of India and Pakistan were, and so I just opted to draw it as I would have, and it ended up being pretty close. So I would have to say, yes, I probably would have drawn it the same way. However, I kind of disagree with how they did it, where they had someone who had never even been into the area come out and just draw it based off of the dynamics and whatnot. They weren't able. They didn't have enough time to go in and actually get a feel for the land. So I think they probably would have been better off if they would have opted to have two different people or somebody come in and see the different areas, um, but that didn't have a particular biased opinion, just so that there was more consideration of the people themselves rather than just the boundaries based off of um, claimed religion and whatnot. So, how has the partition of India been successful up to this point? Describe the challenges. So, this one I know a little bit less about, but I think from what I've seen is that the it provided the opportunity to separate out the two different religions a little bit, and kind of make it so that no one really felt like the minority anymore. Some problems though is people were jealous and unhappy with it, and I really think that it was unfortunate that so many people took it out on the people of the land when they weren't really the ones in charge of how it ended up. Um, so I definitely think that it could have been better. It could have worked out a little bit differently, and but overall, I think that it's been pretty successful just because sometimes separating is what people need to be able to figure things out. So, um, overall, I do agree with separating it, just maybe not the way that it occurred.